edition of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. Well, there's two sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he's going to cut it back left here. And room there to work it inside the 25. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's third down. And the 2-minute warning lurking. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
Room here to run. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 19. And that leads to a Los Angeles first down.
I love when a play results in a game that I can actually kind of fall back on one of my favorite adages, and that is anytime there's a run over 10 yards, it means that the offensive line did its job, but you know who else did? The wide receiver. Because the first 7 yards kind of belong to the offensive line and the running back. Anything after that means the wide receivers did a great job of blocking downfield, being willing to mix it up, and give them some more space to gain additional yardage.
Goff now to throw. Out to his left. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
And some space here. And he's brought down. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. From the red zone now, Goff steps away to his left. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Kenny Britt, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Rams have broken our tie as they take the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now See on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. One receiver left, three to the right. To throw on second down is Tannehill. Rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Oh, wide open. Complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jordan Cameron in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So they just do get the touchdown in before halftime, and now a PAT will tie it.
So what we're seeing is one team is going to be really excited right now. How about the other side, though? Will they be deflated, or will they go ahead and gather themselves, regroup at halftime, and come back out? Because we had an even half.
Yeah, we did. We'll see. Should be a good second half, that's for sure. And so they run it in on the two-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about, from the offense's perspective, what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot.
Tavon Austin, he's going to go. He's at the 30. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Rams are happy to be sitting in the locker room with a lead. The Dolphins just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now following the fumble, Goff's gonna find his mark, and this two-play drive goes for a touchdown. That puts them up by a touchdown. Dolphins have it at the 17, and he caps off the two-play drive with a score. The Dolphins behind now by just one. Now 1st and 10, the deep ball is on target here, and it ends up working for a touchdown. 3rd down from inside the 30, which takes the lead to 8. Drake's is going to cruise off the right side, and he'll run it in from 24 yards out. Rams line up at the 13. He's going to tuck it and run here, and it ends up working for a touchdown. Rams up by a touchdown. Dolphins have it late in the second. Cameron's wide open here on the catch, and after the long pass, he'll score. Dolphins down now by 5. Staying late in the half. Austin's going to get a good return going here, and he'll win the sprint to the end zone as the touchdowns just keep coming.